my gosh. Wow. This is actually the bomb. It's working. What's up, everybody? What's up, Facebook? I'm testing out some new tools. Here's what's up. I attended a training with my girl, branding genius, marketing genius, Audria Richmond. It was called Live Stream Now. And so I'm testing some of the strategies that she taught me. So instead of me looking crazy trying to share out my Facebook Live post while you guys are listening to me sing, I was able to put on a cool slide and play some music in the meantime. So if you're here with me, you're in for a treat because you're going to get to help me test this thing out. So stay with me, hang with me, let me know. There's some things that I didn't do because my computer is possessed today. So I didn't get to practice my lower third and all of those things. So I'll be testing those things out throughout the week. I'll be coming through the week doing more live streams, sharing with you guys some questions I've been getting asked, like what exactly is it that you do? There's people that have been in my life for many, many years who don't know exactly what I'm doing now. What does it look like when you work with me? And then I'll be sharing some tips and strategies. So today, the first thing I want to know is, can you guys hear me? And if you can hear me, say, hey, I can hear you. The screen went black, so I must have not transitioned fast enough. I'm learning. So now you're with me, but what I did earlier is I recorded a quick training about how to show up powerfully so that you can get more clients and more sales. And so I want you to hang out with me because what I'm going to be testing with this is I'm going to upload that training, let you guys watch it, but I'm going to hang out with you with my handy dandy phone in the chat box, and I'm going to be answering questions and interacting with you guys. Let me know if you are like getting me in real time, if I'm lagging, so that I know that everything's working. So give me a thumbs up or say, yes, everything's working good. Looks like it's good on my phone, so I'm just going to roll with it. So I'm excited to share this little training with you. If you hang with me, it's going to be about 20 minutes. But during the training, just kind of chat with me so that I can see how this works and how it feels. So you're kind of being not my guinea pigs, but I don't even want to say crash dummies or test dummies either. That's not a good thing to say. But I'm committed to being more in front of you using live stream. And so this allows me to do this. So I'm coming from my business page. How cool is that? So this training that Audria did, I've done this before from my computer. Actually, I'm coming from my computer on my personal page. I've done this before on my business page, but I never could do it on my personal page. So now I know exactly how to do it. Super cool. It was a one-day training. The pre-work alone was worth the investment. It was yesterday. I'm already in this doing like so many advanced things. Like I'm totally just a producer, a Facebook Live producer. So hats off to her for that. If you want to grab it, it's live stream. Live Stream Now is the name of the course, and her name is Audria Richmond. So I'm going to jump into this other training. So you might see some crazy things going on as I'm testing it out, but you guys have my heart. Thank you for standing here with me and just kind of chilling and seeing what's going on. Let me know how this works. So I'm going to transition over, and then, like I said, I'll be in the chat box chatting with you guys throughout this whole thing. Here's what I'm sharing. I'm sharing 5 ways to show up more powerfully, because here's what I know. If you've been downloading my book, if you read my book and downloaded it, you know I talk about sales as not necessarily needing more strategy, but most of it is inside work and heart work and mindset work, and you just building your confidence and your belief in yourself and understanding that you have something of value to bring to the table, right? But what happens after that? So what's happening next is I'm going to share with you some strategy behind how you can show up and attract more clients to you, how you can show up without feeling slimy, sleazy, salesy, all of those things we don't want to be, which is the reason why we don't make more offers, and which is the reason why most people aren't accomplishing nearly where they're capable of accomplishing in their business, as far as their revenue, as far as the amount of clients. So I know it's late on a Sunday night, but this is testing. So since it's testing, I wanted to give you guys something. So here's what I want you to do. While you're hanging with me, do a couple of things. Comment, chat, share this out. It's going to be super powerful. Talk to me because I'll be here hanging with you guys. But grab a pen and a paper because I want you to get these 5 tips, But I also want you to look at them, and in each one of the areas tonight, I want you to write down what's one shift that you can make in each one of those areas. And then out of all of the 5 shifts that you choose for yourself, what I would like for you to do, because I'm an implementation person, I'm all about getting into action, not just consuming information. What I would love for you to do is pick one of those that you want to get into action on within the next 24 hours. All right, so super cool. Let's get this rolling. And then again, don't forget, even though it's pre-recorded content, I'm going to be hanging out with you guys in the chat. So if you have questions while it's going on, ask me, comment, let me know what's up. If you get an aha moment, post it. Give me some hearts, some thumbs up, comments, whatever you want to. All right, so let's transition out. I'll see you guys in about 20 minutes. Let's see. So let's jump right in right now with 5 easy ways to show up powerfully and get clients now in your business. Get sales now. So the first step in this, or the first way, is to be legendary. Now, you're like, Shameca, you said easy ways. Be legendary, that's like crazy, but I want you to think about this. Being legendary, what I mean is being you. Believing in your own magic, understanding that you are an unrepeatable miracle, understand that you have something so tangible that it cannot be duplicated, and it's so valuable to those who you are called to serve. You are magic, love. And that is your superpower. That's your competitive edge. So be 100% you and stay aligned with your beliefs. Get clear on your unique qualities. One of the things I recognize about me is a lot of women show up in my world and they're like, you know what? I know you're the mentor for me. You're called for me, because they hear me. I talk about God a lot. Not because I have an agenda about it, but because it's who I be. It's what comes out of me in those moments when I'm looking for examples. And so that attracts those people to me. Get clear on your unique qualities. Do things that few or no one else does. Don't be afraid to go against the grain or the status quo. You know, and always be answering the question in your client's mind, why you? Why you? Always be answering that from them. Don't hide. I hid for such a long time. I'm doing that no more. Some of you guys, I might get on your nerves, but that's okay. I've got a message to get out there, and I've got an assignment, and I'm coming for you. Those who I'm assigned for, I'm coming for you, and I'm not afraid anymore. So unleash the real you. Stop hiding in plain sight. And most importantly, what you need to be really communicating when you're legendary is what's the vision for those who hire you. So more than just talking about yourself, always be showing them what's the vision when they hire you. What's that going to look like? What's going to shift in their life, their business, their body? Let them know where you're leading them to. And like I said, you got to believe in your own magic. So believe. Believe, be in it, be in your magic. When I think about this, I told you guys before, I'm a baller. So here's what I know about ballers, not basketball players or people who play basketballs, but straight up ballers. This is what they're always saying, coach, just put me in the game. Put me in the game. They're like, team, just get me the ball. Whatever you do, just give me the ball, because they believe, they know beyond a shadow of a doubt, when they get the ball in their hand, they're going to do something with it. They're going to the hole. Right? So this is how you need to be in your business. No more of this like, oh, I'm not sure if I can get people results. You know, think about the legends. Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan. You know, they have their own superpowers, their own moves, their own ways of being. What is that for you? Be you. Be legendary. Believe in yourself. Know that when the ball is in your court, you got a game plan. You're taking it to the hoop. And that's all you're waiting for. You got to believe in that, because if you don't believe, nobody else is going to believe. So that's move number 1. That's your first way of showing up powerfully, because that's what legends do. Number 2, be living proof. Be living proof that what you sell is effective. And share that on your social media, in your videos. I cannot tell you how many times I talk to people and they're afraid to post on social media because they think people are going to judge them. They're afraid to say, hey, my client just got this result by implementing this strategy that I just shared with them, because they think it's being boastful or prideful. If people don't know that what you do works, they won't know to hire you. They won't know that you are the solution, that you are the answer. So be loud and proud about it. Be the living proof that what you sell is effective. Share how your product or service that you offer are benefiting you in your life, in your own life. You know, if it's allowing you to travel, share that. If it's allowing you to become a better, more confident person, share that. You guys are seeing me do that. I'm sharing you how my life is shifting because of what I teach in my business. Same strategies I use, I teach my clients. Strive to be the ultimate example and the result of what your product or service provides. That social proof will inspire people. People that are watching you, people who are thinking about hiring you, it will inspire them to find out more about you. You know, I'm going to share some examples of this with you guys, but you know, with my Amazon bestseller campaign, I've been showing you guys what's been happening for me with that. And I get inbox messages all the time over the last few weeks since I've released the book of people wanting to hire me. It's been crazy and insane, but it works. So be living proof. Show people that you're not just talking about it, but you're being about it. Be an authority. That's step 3. So instead of copying and pasting quotes, how can you be an authority? And I'm going to show you some examples. What are the things that you say all the time? It's okay to quote yourself. You know, share your own thoughts and add your name to the end so people know this is my quote. You know, I shared a quote in my book and somebody created a meme about it. And guess what? They gave me credit for it. It was amazing. I think the quote was, your fee or your rate, what you charge, the rate you charge is your announcement to the world of your confidence in your skill set. You're saying, hey, this is how good I am at what I do. That was quotable. People love visionaries, right? There's so many easy to use sites that will allow you to create beautiful branded memes and quotes instead of regurgitating the things that you see out there. You become the authority. Stop waiting on permission to be invited to the big kids table and take a seat. There are things and ways of being, thoughts that you have, philosophies you have about life and business. Share those with people. Don't be afraid. Brand your IP, your intellectual property. I teach all my clients how to have a signature authority system, a signature authority solution system. And what that means is they take the work that they do, that they just do because they know it, and we put it into a step-by-step system and we brand it. So now, instead of just being the weight loss coach, you know, you are the weight loss coach who created the Get in Your Skinny Jeans in 90 Days or Less system, right? You created the Shameca Tankerson method of sales. You know, I'm the creator of the authority selling method. That boosts your authority. And then when you do that, some of you guys have courses that you've taught. You have all kinds of content and intellectual property, but you haven't made it visible and tangible. So once you create these things, these products, these services, these programs, these systems, make it visible and tangible. And I'm going to show you some examples of that in just a second. But something people can put in their hands, something they can see with their eyes, and that's going to up-level your authority also. That's one of the reasons why the book has done such a great has positioned me in such a great light, is because it's something tangible that people can see. Was I not the authority before I did the book? No, I'm still the same person that I was. I still have the same knowledge and wisdom. But I'm putting it in a tangible presence where people can actually see it. It's visual. And then start using branded hashtags that are yours. Here's what happens when you use hashtags. That's the # in front of the word. You guys see me use mine. Sell more, power player. You know, people even come up to me in church and be like, hey, power player. That's my hashtag, right? Because it gives people a chance to search your hashtags. They can see posts that are specifically related to you, your brand, your results. So think about what that is. It also gives an exclusive touch to your post. People expect to see my next level authority hashtag, my power player hashtag. You know, the other thing that you can do to up-level your authority is grab testimonials from your clients and use them. You know, screenshot that. and post it and say, hey, this is what's going on. Be loud and proud about the results that you get. Here's some examples. So when I say make it tangible, these are all systems, programs that I've created, all of them. There's much, much more, but even just a visual 3D graphic of it shows you, hey, she's doing something. So what do you have? Is it an audio? Is it a checklist? Is it a course that you've taught before, a workshop, a workbook? Can you put it into a tangible presence, visual and tangible, where people can see your authority, where it can validate your authority for them? I talked about the Amazon bestseller, talking about where you're going, right? It's changed the game for me. It has changed the game, being able to show with people, look, not only do I have wisdom and knowledge, but other people are reading what I have to say. They're reading my story. They're reading the system that I teach. And they're saying, just by reading this small 21-page book, it is having a huge, profound impact on their life and on their business and how they show up. This is an example of a branded meme and quote. So 2 things that I suggest. You don't always have to do this, but every once in a while you want to throw this in. So 1, create your meme, put your quote out there. So this is one of mine. Words convey what you think, actions demonstrate what you believe. Sometimes, a lot of times, oftentimes, I will put a photo of myself in there. And then as well as your name, quoting yourself, which you can see at the bottom. Let me move this so you can see it. So your name, quoting yourself at the bottom. Cool? Got it? All right. So number 4, be consistent. And you know what? I forgot to tell you guys to grab a pen and paper. Like, I don't just want you to consume this. I want you to actually write it down. And then when we're done, go back through this stuff and go, okay, what is one of these action steps that I can implement today? Sooner rather than later, at the latest within the next 24 hours, okay? Number 4, be consistent. Oh my gosh, this killed me, okay? Because again, I'm a high achiever, and likely you are if you're attracted to me, and I wanna see results fast. You know, I'm used to getting attaboys and patted on the back, and when you don't see that, when you're building your business in the beginning, you forget it's about creating momentum. And so what happens is you back off and go, okay, I should be changing something, and you change something, especially if you're a creative mind like me, you know, or you do something for a little while, you go, okay, that doesn't work, and you back off. And so a couple of years ago, it's almost been 2 years now, my coach challenged me to be consistent and do one thing for a year. It's now been 2 years, and it changed everything. And that was my Sell More Intensive. I'm going to share that with you guys in a little bit. But my Sell More Intensive is a 1-day workshop that I do every 6 weeks. Now, in the past, I would have done a couple of them and then decided to do something else. Like, oh, let me do a webinar now. Let me do this. It has changed the game. In Sell More, I have sold, you know, as much as $18,000 in a room with just 8 people in the room. But consistently doing that over and over again. So you want to build momentum. People are watching and they want to hear from you. And if you stop being visible, if you stop showing up, if you start consistently putting things out there, they'll stop watching. They'll think that you just kind of fallen off top of mind, right? You want to be squeaky wheel. So share updates and news that's happening in your life and business. Don't be afraid of that. You know, it will show that you have momentum going on, and people love that. Show that you're always on the move, always creating something. So think about this. You got a new website? Share that. Hey, my website's new. A client got results? Hey, my client just got results. Share that. Did you buy something that you like? Share that. You're reading a good book. Share that. Share that you have something going on in your life and be consistent with it. Also be consistent with the way that you create sales in your business. Be consistent. Don't drop off and try to recreate like I was talking about before. So where can you be consistent more? Where can you be more consistent in your business to get more clients and more sales? Number 5, be the answer. Be someone's yes. Be someone's yes. So how do you do that? Shameca, I don't understand. How can I be the answer? How can I be someone's yes? This is what I want to share with you. Let me move this. I want to share with you this. use call to actions all the time. People are so afraid to be thought of as pushy and salesy. And I believe it's just quite selfish, right? Because you have a solution to a problem, but you won't invite people because you want to make them ask you. You're like, well, if they want it, they'll ask me. And that's not always the truth. It's rarely the truth. You have to invite people. So everything you do, you must have a strategy and a call to action ready. Whether it's a live stream video like the one that I'm doing now, what's the purpose for doing it? And what's the action step that you're going to take people to make? It's called a call to action. Ask for the business. Ask for the sale. Show up and ask for the sale. So how do you do that? Where do you place a call to action so you don't feel slimy and pushy? And it irritates me when people talk about sales as it's something negative, so much so that they want to change the name of a sales conversation to an enrollment conversation, or they want to call it something different. And I say this all the time. Look, you can stand on the I-10 freeway, and if a Mack truck is coming at you, you can stand there all day long and say, it's not a truck, it's not a truck, it's not a truck. But if you stay there, baby, that truck is going to smash you. It's a truck. So sales is sales, and it's a powerful transformational process. It's where people get to say yes. You get to be the answer. So how do you do that? So as you're sharing content, as you're, doing videos, as you're doing live streams, as you're blogging, as you are writing emails, let their questions and their thoughts that are coming up, pay attention to your market, be the inspiration for the content that you share. It'll keep them coming back. They'll be thankful, and they'll be anxious to know what they can buy from you or how they can work with you, right? Because you've been so helpful. So that's the first step. But you always want to use call to action. So again, always know where you're leading them. It's more sales in business is not a secret, right? It's a strategy. And that's where most people are lacking. I work with people who do small live events, and most of them have been doing them already, but they haven't been profitable. They've been barely breaking even. It's because they don't have a sales strategy to the event. From the content, from the experience, from the time your clients walk in the door, all of that is doing the selling for you, so that when you make your offer, they say yes. Does it work? Absolutely. I just had a client send me a message a couple of days ago that she had a live event. She had 10 people register, 5 people showed up, 4 people said yes to her offer. By all means, strategy works. You have to have the strategy. So everything you do should have some kind of thought or strategy behind it, and you should not leave anything without giving people a call to action. So what's a call to action? You just tell them what to do. Always know where you're leading them, and you tell them with a call to action. So here's some examples. Share this post, comment below, click this link for whatever, join my list, join my email list by doing this, right? Buy my book. If you like this, you'll love this. Your engagement in your social media and online and your click-through rates will increase with call to actions. Your sales in your events and on your conversations. If you give people an ask, you have to ask them and instruct them on what you would like for them to do next. You will sell more. And you will attract more potential customers into your sales funnel, into your websites, into your live events, into your webinars that you're doing, everything that you do, because you are telling people exactly what you want them to do, not assuming that they're just going to look it up or see the website on your page and go there. Tell them that's what you want them to do. So that's number 5. And I want to show you some examples of this. So remember, here's how I look at it. Educate, qualify, convert. So always tell people. So you educate them, you give them some knowledge, information, whether that's speaking, video, live stream, blog posts, don't matter, don't care. You educate. Then you qualify. So always let people know who this next step is for and who it's not. So you want to go here to this page if you fit this, if you're thinking this, right? So always qualify. And then convert. So when you're on the other side, where are you sending them to? What's the next step you want to lead them to? So if they download your free thing, why are they downloading, and what's the next step after that? Not just download the free thing and it's done. Not just show up to the workshop and then they leave empty-handed. What's the next offer? The next call to action that you're going to give them? That's how you convert into sales. For some of you guys, if you look at this, I speak, I give people an application. Whether I'm selling something paid or free, I still make people qualify and apply, and then I convert them into sales. So this is just one strategy that I use. Always know where you're leading people to. So even inside of your sales funnel, even inside of your next step offers, right? Here's mine. So this is a simple sales funnel. I do a live event, and from that live event, I invite people into a program that includes a 3-day live event. And from that event, I invite them into a program that includes multiple live events, right? I already know this is where I'm leading people, and it's part of the process. And every step in this process has a call to action that says, hey, here's what's next. I'm showing you how to show up more powerfully. Don't just do it and then hope people are going to run up to you at the end of your workshop or your event and say, hey, how do I hire you? Because that could happen sometimes. We want to be intentional and not accidental about the sales, creating sales and clients and revenue in our business. So I have one final call to action for you. Since I'm talking about call to actions, and then I'm going to share a super cool video with you right after this. But here's the call to action that I have for you. My book is an Amazon bestseller. It was an amazing experience to band together with the people in my world, my clients, you guys, my friends, my family, my colleagues, to get this to Amazon bestseller status. It is still selling. People are still buying it, and I'm still getting messages about how it is shifting things for people in their life and in their business, and I want the same for you. So here's my call to action for you today. I want you to go to Amazon. If you want more sales in your business, you hear me qualifying? I'm walking you guys through this. You want more sales in your business. If you want to show up more powerfully in your business and in your life, and you want to do it in a way that makes you feel courageous and confident. You want to no more excuses. You know, if your bank account is not reflective of the power that you know you have, the knowledge and the wisdom that you possess to shift people's lives, businesses, their bodies, whatever, if it's not reflective of that, you want to grab this book, right? If you got it all together, you're making all the money that you want, sales is not a thing for you, this is not the book for you. But if on the other hand, if everything that I just said resonates with you, then go to Amazon.com, search my book, The Power of Permission, and download it. Today, at this point in time, it's still being sold at the new release rate. So it's a no-brainer investment. But I want to encourage you to download it and then read it, because most people get books and they don't read them. Download it, read it, have a pen and paper next to you to take some notes and run through the exercises that I take you through in the book. And then the next thing that I want you to do is go back to Amazon and tell me about it. Write a review about what came up for you. Share with someone else how downloading this book and opening the pages of it can probably change something for them too. So that's my call to action for you for today. I want to thank you so much for joining me. And I said I had one more thing for you, so hang tight while I get that for you. Oh my gosh. What's up, guys? Thanks for hanging with me. I'm like super excited because I have this tool and I can do all kinds of cool stuff. So thanks for hanging with me, letting me test this out on you guys. Hopefully you got a lot out of the little quick training that I did. So I'll be playing around with live streams. Sometimes it'll be me live. Sometimes it'll be some quick little thing that I put together. But I wanted to take tonight to just kind of test it out and see how the audio works, see how I was able to communicate with you guys inside of it. I am more of a like live in person, you know, being able to communicate with guys. I love doing it better that way. Let me make sure there's no comments coming in. So thank you so much for giving me love and sharing, doing hearts and thumbs up and all of that stuff too. So I'm not going to hold you guys any longer. I will be back this week. I'll be back at least 3 times this week. And for sure, I'm going to be talking about my journey to how I got to where I am, because people keep asking me about that. I'm going to be giving you some clarification on what I do and who I work with and who I don't work with. I am also going to be sharing with you what it looks like when you work with me, because I've been getting asked that question a lot too. And really more so when you know you're ready to come into the playground, when you know you're ready to step up as a power player and hire me to help you sell more in your business. So I'll definitely be covering all of that this week. Be on the lookout for the last, what is this, 50 days left. I haven't really done the math in the year. I'm going to be coming strong with a lot of ways for you to step up and play a bigger game. And I'm going to ask you to step up and play with me. So I'm going to play a bigger game. I know that for sure, because I've been silent and quiet and lurking in the background for far too long. And now I know that it's time. I want to lead by example. I can't ask you to show up if I'm not willing to show up. So I'm going to push the boundaries of my own comfort zone, because I know when we live on the edge of our comfort zone, that's where growth is occurring, right? If we're not growing, we're comfortable, because that comfort space is like, oh, I can deal with this, even if it's something negative. And so I want to lead this charge. I want to show up. I want to show up because I want you to show up, because we got stuff to do, right? We got stuff to do. So I'm looking to make sure there's no comments coming in. I'm going to sign off, but I'm going to leave you guys with one thing. If you haven't really heard my story, I'm going to leave you on my outro with my brand story video. So it'll give you a moment to know who I am, what I'm about, why I teach what I teach. Here's what I'm hoping that it will do, though. More than anything, I'm hoping that it would inspire you to be more courageous, more confident, and more bold and brazen in your ask. Because you have not, because you ask not. You got to ask for the business. You got to go for what you want, and you must show up. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. And let's transition. I'll see you next time.
My very first interaction with her, I was just totally in awe of her. Right from the start, I always was impressed with how she showed up and who she was being. I just felt really happy. I was in good hands. I felt safe. I felt like she knew what she was doing, that I could follow her lead.
I have always been an overachiever, mostly because I was a statistic from the time I was born. I lived in the hood. I grew up in Los Angeles, and I actually did become a teen mom. And so then I felt like the deck was stacked against me. I began to go on this journey of proving to people that I could be successful. I have multiple degrees. I literally didn't walk for any of my degrees. I just said, hey, give me my paper. I got things to do. I'm pushing on. Next goal, next goal, next goal. I had the cars, the house, everything, and lost it all. And I found myself, after having multiple degrees, having earned multiple six figures in my business, sitting in the welfare office, I literally could audibly hear a voice say, get up, Shameca. It's not over. You have so much more in you, and you need to fight. Everything you need is already on the inside of you. And so that day, sitting in the welfare office, I wrote myself 3 permission slips. And those 3 permission slips are the basis for everything that I teach in my business. And they're the basis for everything that I've done to pull myself back out of that, to go from 6 figures to welfare and then back again.
It's been really amazing for me to have that experience of someone just really holding space for me, holding that vision, pushing me, and driving me towards what I want. She has this really beautiful combination of being very generous and kind, and no nonsense and fierce.
Shameca really likes to make everyone feel comfortable and feel comfortable in their own skin.
She's very generous. She's very kind. She's a lot of fun.
At first, she might be a little bit intimidating, but she really knows what she's doing, and she really gets down into the nitty-gritty of you and who you are and how you work.
I always talk about Muhammad Ali, or I just ask people, who's the greatest boxer of all time? And I don't care what age they are, without hesitation, they'll say Muhammad Ali. And then my second question to them is, who said he was the greatest? He did. Sometimes we're waiting on permission. We're waiting on other people to crown us an authority, to crown us that we're worthy or valuable, or that we are the expert. And what I encourage people to do is to kick the door down and find your own seat. Take a seat. Take the seat, plant your flag, and claim your own expert status. If you're watching this and you find yourself drawn to this message, if you find yourself connected to me, here's what I know about you. You're very powerful. You're a go-getter. You're an achiever. You're a doer. And to the outside world, it looks like you are knocking it out the park. You're killing it. But deep down inside, you have a secret. And I know that secret, and that secret is you are not accomplishing anywhere near what you're capable of. And because of that, I know you, I see you, I am you. You can learn online, you can listen to audios, you can read books, you can take courses. But what I've learned and what I know that I know is that exponential transformation occurs when you're actually in action. And so I want to encourage you to get into a room. When you're in a room, in a space that is sacred and powerful, tremendous shifts happen for you and you will not leave the same.